From the producers of Singularity, Dinosaurs Tale, comes another pointless exercise in gratuitous podcasting. He was just an ordinary Tim. Then one day, they killed his partner, his wife, his kids, his parents, and his travel agent. He didn't even have a travel agent. Tim doesn't travel. And then they ran over his dog, and then the dog he likes, and then another time. Now he's angry. He's way past his boiling point. He's breaking edge. They have BJ's down there?
Yeah.
I thought that was like a local getaway.
No.
Just a local dive. That's
sometimes. Like... well, the next town over, it's just HJ's.
Yeah. You get BJ's, HJ's, TJ's. What other kind of jobs are there? FJ's.
Tree pusher.
Oh, TPJ's.
Yep.
Yeah, DPJ's. Yeah. The PJs, the cartoon about the projects.
Zach, you should just end the episode while Ben lists.
You should have ended it fucking 10 minutes ago.
All right.
Honeys, we're home.
Hello and welcome to Singularity, a Dinosaurs Tale, a podcast about the show Dinosaurs from the 90s. I am your host. We're going to need another Timmy along with my co-host.
Hey, I'm CM Punk.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
I just won the title, buddy.
That's really cool. I love your voice. Is that Chicago?
This is what I sound like. Yeah, De Beers.
Yeah.
My favorite author is W.E. De Beers.
Yeah. So how do you feel?
I feel straight edge, you know?
Me too.
I just feel like I can feel the non-alcohol pumping through my system at all times.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it make you feel better than everybody?
I'm still depressed, but I do feel a lot better than other people. But I am better than other people, so that makes sense.
That's the one unfortunate thing about being straight edge is you have to feel everything.
Well, you could also go to therapy, Tim.
Oh, I know. I do. Do you?
Me, CM Punk, I am therapy. You know what I was telling myself last night while I was firing John Cena from the WWE?
That's not what happened, but okay.
Wow, this article I'm reading is from July 18th, 2011. My bad. I'm trying to be topical and on point. Nearly a decade after my title reign, I, CM Punk, is the world champion again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So dig it.
I bet John Cena's very proud of you.
Isn't he like busy doing Marvel movies or something?
No, he's in the DC universe. He's not in the Marvel universe.
Oh, so he's dead. Poor guy.
No, he's got his own TV show. Do you have your own TV show?
DC universe, sir. No, I'm straight edge.
Oh, yeah. They want to give straight edge people a TV show.
Are there any straight edge actors?
Most people, because they're just pretending.
I Googled it, and the top results are Ian MacKaye, Davey Havoc.
Actors.
I know. Andy Hurley. Tim McAuliffe?
Okay,
is that Rise Against?
Okay. I think Andy Hurley counts because he was in Sex Drive, so I think he's an actor.
Who the fuck is Andy Hurley? Oh, he's from Fall Out Boy.
The drummer from Fall Out Boy.
He looks fucking weird.
Don't you know him, Punk?
I mean, yeah, we hang out all the time and we don't drink.
I figured. You and Chad Gilbert?
Yeah, Chad Gilbert's the fifth person right after Tim from Rise Against.
It's very famous.
That's who you are, right? Tim McGowan, Rise Against?
No, unfortunately. I'm not the singer of Rise Against.
Are you the guitar player who was on the Falcon album at least?
No. But that guy's different from Chicago, like you.
Yeah, that is where I'm from, according to my notes I wrote on my hand.
On your hand?
Yeah. I wrote it's a tattoo.
Oh, okay. You write your hometown on your tattoo.
I ran out of ideas for tattoos 18 years ago, Tim. I just put everything now.
18? Only 18 years ago?
Yeah, when I was 18 years old.
18 years ago? No, you weren't 18 years ago.
I meant 25.
You're
I
only
knew
like 43.
I knew I rented a car, but I couldn't remember like how old you had to be.
You had to be at least 43 to rent a car.
Well, then I can do it this year.
Yeah, that's right.
So So speaking of renting a car, I need to go. I gotta go.
You gotta go to sleep.
Hey, I'm Ben Hand Up Me.
Hey Ben, what'd you do with CM Punk?
Oh, he had to go rent a car.
Oh yeah, he's turning 43. He can rent a car now.
Oh, he's been 43 for a number of months. I had just reminded him of that. He doesn't know his own age.
Oh yeah, sometimes wrestlers hit their head and they forget things.
If you hit your head an even amount of times, you're safe.
Oh, okay. So at least
that's what I learned from The Simpsons.
6 times, but not 5 times.
Yeah, 7 times you're amnesia. 8 times you're good.
That makes sense.
You know, Billie Eilish is straight edge.
Oh yeah.
I'm reading a list on Wikipedia of straight edge, list of people who follow the straight edge lifestyle. I'm going to edit this list, and we'll add Tim McGowan.
Please do. I need to be on there. You get like exclusive privileges on the list.
How do I find? Oh, it's in man, there's not a lot of people on this list. That's too real.
Well, yeah, we're out of step with the world.
I wish I knew how to edit this at all. I'm so confused about the format here. So this is a podcast where we edit Wikipedia articles in real time.
Yeah, you get to listen to us typing.
Yeah,
just like that.
It's really fun, especially if you're someone like me who literally I can't do it because I don't know HTML coding.
Not anymore. Unfortunately, all the stuff we learned through MySpace has now left our brains.
Look, I gotta be honest. Those memes that mentioned how we're learning a marketable skill at like age 13 or 14. I was going to websites like generatehtmlcode.freepages.com or like whatever. Like I knew like how to do a couple things, but for the most part, I just cheated.
Well, you just weren't smart enough, I guess.
And I never will be. But here's the thing is I keep forgetting that I don't have to do a voice, and I keep almost doing whatever that voice was. I've never heard him talk. So I don't exactly know what he sounds like.
He sounds like a pompous ass.
That sucks that it has to be like, I mean, I know like most straight edge people are pompous assholes, but they couldn't find one to be a famous wrestler that wasn't.
I'm just kidding. He's great.
Is he really?
Yeah. But you know what else I like, Ben?
Sinclarity, A Dinosaur's Tale.
Yeah, I like our own show, but I also like this a surprisingly decent episode in season 4. It only took 9. It only took 9 episodes to get a good one, and this one never even aired. So
it had to happen. I finished editing the Wikipedia. I'm gonna go ahead and submit changes.
Thank you. I think if you donate to Wikipedia, you know how they're always demanding money. They'll let you post that.
Wait, really?
You gotta donate to the Wikipedia GoFundMe.
Oh shit! You know what I just realized though? I accidentally put you under the list of former straight edge people.
Oh, now I'm gonna get beat up. No, I'm gonna get beat up.
I'm saving the screenshot of this. Oh man, that was not on purpose. I was like, wait a minute, why is Tyler the Creator on here?
I can never go to
he's
Zach's house
no.
again.
Tyler's on the normal one. You're not on the You're just on the former one.
I don't believe that about Tyler.
I was pretty sure he drank like wine at the Grammys or something.
I don't believe that.
He used to be straight edge, but I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah, he grew up.
Well, yeah, he was a kid. It's easy when you're a kid. Unless you live in Newport, Kentucky, where like drugs are just like oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sent you. Pete Wentz is among the people in that group that you're now in. Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac.
Ex straight edge. Seth Rollins.
Ray Capo.
John
What a
Ingram.
poser. What a poser.
These are some weird ass, like, non-important people. Guy from Agnostic Front, someone from, Ray Capo. Rage Against the Machine, Articles of Faith, The Movie Life. Oh, dude, look at Vinny Carana from The Movie Life. He, like, the picture it has of him on Wikipedia, he looks so chody. He's so tiny. His guitar is so bigger than him.
Isn't he also in I Am the Avalanche?
Yeah, which I've never listened to, and I realized it was him, and I was like, oh, I should probably check him out, but I just haven't still.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I like him, but he is just the singer, which does not influence a lot of the music. So, like, you could be a really good singer, and then the rest of the band changes, and I'm no longer interested.
That's right. Just like Dinosaurs.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it back, corralling us in.
Yeah, so who's straight edge? Who do you think is straight edge on the Dinosaur set?
Baby and Fran. No, Fran has beer in an episode.
That's right.
Just Baby.
It's just Baby.
I think Baby and maybe Mindy are the only people we haven't seen partake. And Monica. No, Monica's had beer.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of which, didn't we have an episode in
Richfield.
Like season 3 or something like that where it was like, this is the last appearance of Monica?
Did we? Or was this in your head? Were we just on a break?
I feel like it's real, and please don't make any Friends jokes.
I'll do
too
half.
Soon.
I'll do half
too
of
soon.
that. I just won't make any friends.
Too soon, Ben.
Was it too soon about? Who died?
The comedy of Friends.
You know, under straight edge people, they just list title fight the whole band.
The entire band?
I don't believe that you can find a whole band.
That's straight edge?
Yeah, a whole band.
Maybe if they're like 20 years old.
Yeah, because I would like to. Oh, Paul Baraboo. He's straight edge just because you may think I'm an asshole or whatever he says in that one song.
Yeah, you remember his sticker and his shirt?
No, I don't.
Had the King Tut with the X's.
It says Moshe Kasher is straight edge, but he used to smoke weed. Can you claim edge if you used to do drugs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
stopped doing them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That should be the only real straight edge.
Why are we talking about this?
Sorry, I forgot that we're already recording the episode. Yeah, so anyway, we don't talk about a straight edge. We're not 20. We don't believe in it anymore or whatever.
Exactly. And that's only 2 X's, so
yeah, 2 X's. Moshe Kasher, you lying bitch. You are not straight edge. He put himself on this Wikipedia. Anyone can do it. I just did it. I put Tim on there. But anyway, in this podcast, which you can follow on Instagram at Dinosaurs Tale or on Twitter at the same handle, we talk about the show Dinosaurs. And last week we did like a really dog shit episode. I mean, we did great. We did an episode about a dog shit episode.
Yeah, it's bad.
But this week, since our standards were like crippled like a week ago, like is that a word you're allowed to say?
Yes.
Hindered. Our episodes since our standards listened to hinder last week. We now
those guys are not straight edge.
Yeah, I had just no good expectations going into this week, and I liked the episode.
Me too. Good job, Rick. Rick Tabak. Is that Tabak?
It's Rick Toboggan.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it's Rick Tabik.
Jamaican bobsled team.
It's Rich Tabich.
Rich Tabich?
Rich is the bitches is his name.
It can't be this guy. This guy worked on that 70s show. And Just Shoot Me?
How'd you know that? Is it in the notes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's what he was up to. And he also wrote some Hallmark Channel movies, including Dater's Handbook and Mismatched. So
he worked on Becker? Who worked on Becker? Like
just 2 guys.
That was the whole thing. Because such a
they can only get 2 guys to do it. They can only get 2 guys.
Remember when Becker was like a punchline on Mad TV?
No, I didn't realize Mad TV was a comedy.
Oh yeah, it's a tragedy.
Except for maybe the one sketch with the back of your head looks ridiculous. I think I didn't realize it was a comedy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Sometimes.
I don't know. But we also got Turbo Tommy Tom, the Turbo bitch. He fights bears, fucks models, and that's all before breakfast.
That's good. What does he eat for breakfast?
Models and bears. Oh my. And then
Well, cool. Hey Tom, live your truth, man.
yeah, exactly. And we got
Erase,
some trivia.
erase the by erasure.
And we got trivia this time.
Yeah.
You want it? So we talk about how like there's not a lot of effort to make the props like tell their own jokes. We do get one in this episode when Charlene applies to be a paper boy, because some of the newspapers hanging on the walls in the newsroom have headlines relating to events from previous episodes, including Power Erupts and the winner is, which mentions that Richfield is superior to singing imbecile.
I actually like paused the episode on my second watch through because I noticed it in the background. I was like, hey, that's funny.
Yeah, so they did a good job with that this time. And this is also from the batch of episodes that never aired. So that's why my expectations were low as well.
Yeah.
Which we should reiterate, because we used to follow the sequence of episodes according to DVD release, but we switched up this season because of the ending of the show thing happening. Now we're following Disney Plus because I think Disney Plus got this one in a better order.
They did. Yeah,
it makes more sense. So if you're following us, that's why last week we did whatever one we did last week, and this week we did Working Girl, and then next week we're doing variations on a theme park, so you can get ready for it.
Yeah. And what's this episode about, Ben?
It's about a lot of things. It's about feminism. It's about misandry. It's about the summary. I was looking for my notes. Under pressure from the government to hire women, BP Richfield hires the first female who walks through the door to be the new supervisor. Turns out to be Charlene. Earl, refusing to take his daughter seriously, takes advantage of his new boss, gross, until Charlene asserts herself, gross.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, like, we're done.
And yes, it is pretty much a rehash of other episodes we've already seen. Basically,
Fran gets a job. Monica gets a job. Fran and Monica get a job. Fran and Monica have an affair. Charlene gets a job. We've done this.
But it wasn't too bad.
It brings Charlene back. Like, Charlene was missing for a while, and then she's back in these past couple episodes again, and to be utilized as a male writer uses her to push a half feminist agenda that's still safe to push around men. I think that's pretty much the vibe. It's like, hey, look, sweetheart, we're gonna throw you a fucking ball or whatever. I don't know what people throw. I'm not a man.
I just I know I wanted to get away from it, but I sent the screenshot, Ben, that you took of the Wikipedia page to the Gutless chat, and Max immediately is like, "What is this list?" looks legit.
People with broke edge. Oh, I love that. Oh man, from the
list of famous people.
Broke edge. What is so hard to understand?
All right. Anyway, so let's get into this episode. We get a great TV gag about a new movie from the producers of Hair Trigger Cop and Hair Trigger Cop 2. And he's basically a cop who explodes. He's exploding cop.
Yeah. I mean, like this, they tell them like, do the whole thing I did before we were recording. Do the voice. I want to
do the voice. The voice sounds familiar. It sounds like the guy from Unsolved Mysteries, but
I think it's just supposed to be a movie phone type voice thing.
Yeah. From the producers of Hair Trigger Cop and Hair Trigger Cop 2 comes another pointless exercise in gratuitous violence. He was just an ordinary cop, and then one day they killed his partner, his wife, his kids, his parents, and his travel agent. And then they ran over his dog a couple of times.
This time you've gone too far.
Now he's angry. He's way past the boiling point. He's Exploding cop coming to a theater near you. No one under 17 admitted unless accompanied by money.
You're hired. And
don't you wish cops would just explode sometimes?
It'd be the best thing. I also just edited the straight edge list to have exploding cop as still straight edge. And then under description of who he is, it says cop who explodes. So I sent that to you as well.
You're just like describing every other cop.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a loose cannon cop. I mean, that's all of them.
I know at least 2 former straight edge cops.
I remember reviewing a band who had a cop as their drummer, and the band messaged me afterwards to ask if I could take out the fact that he's a cop from the review because they didn't want to tell people that. I was like, if you're a cop, you have to tell me.
You're legally required to tell
me. If you're a cop and you're drumming, you gotta tell me. But I knew that. I mean, that means he works 2 beats. Am I right?
There's another band that's gotten pretty popular as of late who they had a member who was in some branch of the military, and it was like, oh,
that's not that surprising. Our ex-military is usually more common. I thought you were talking about mass intruder because I thought you were gonna say as a cop.
No, not
the canceled officer, whatever.
But also not a band like that. Like it's a totally different kind of vibe going on.
Different kind of vibe, like a real band, not a gimmick.
Not what did someone was listening to them before, and they're like, doesn't just sound like Get Up Kids? I was like, yeah, I guess, but
that's the best part about being a parody band is you don't have to try to write unique stuff. You just
the singer just sounds like
Matt Pryor from the Get Up Kids.
Yeah.
But so Earl decides he's gonna take his sons on a date to see the movie.
Yeah, they're gonna go on a date together to go see the violent movie.
And then this is the part, Robbie's voice, like this acting in the 90s, he's like, Dad, I've read that seeing all the violence can have a bad effect on kids. His voice goes up in weird ways.
I don't know, but it's been the same voice actor the same time.
I know, and he has that whole Clerks guy voice. Sounds like the skinny guy from Clerks. I mean, they're both skinny guys, I guess, but the Randall. Yeah. But Earl thinks it's a crock, whatever. Like kids don't like take shit from TV, and then cleverly the writers have Baby kill his Snuggle Bear in the same way.
He threatens Snuggle Bear.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much kills him.
He's like, I've had enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you've gone too far, Snuggle Bear.
So he's gonna stab the teddy bear. Luckily, to break up this sausage party.
Hell yeah, break it up.
We get Charlene comes in, and she needs Earl to sign the consent form to go to the wilderness survival camp. What is it?
Hogs meet on the weekends.
Oh yeah.
Just the weekends. Isn't that when they go? But Earl susses out that this is a money thing, like $350, which he he tries to explain it to her since she's a female. He says, so let me put it in terms you'll understand. If it were lipstick, it would be $350 worth of lipstick.
Doesn't make any sense.
He's an economist. This is how he talks.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand. You're not a Wall Street guy like me.
But he doesn't get it either. He's like, well, you're a female, so you probably don't know numbers.
Well, yeah, but guys who say female, come on.
They all say female in this show.
They all float down here. But he also adds that he doesn't mean to sound patronizing as she, in response to her saying she'll get a job. But he's just like, a little girly thing like you.
And even Robbie's just like girly. It's like, yeah, he's a fake ally.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like if he wanted some of that, he only does it if he wants some of that dinosaur pussy. But it's his sister, he realized. So nope.
The dussy.
That dussy. Okay, we're done. Oh my god. So Charlene prepares to explode.
Yeah, she's and Baby, of course, is just like, oh no, she's gonna go, whatever.
And they decide this was funny enough to end the opening sequence.
Yeah, it goes right. It goes right into the theme song. We cut and we get some good callbacks. We get Le Predator.
Oh yeah.
I just assumed they had these sets already, so they're like, yeah, we'll just use them.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's better than thinking up new jokes.
Yeah. So she's hired. She's in her interview to be a bus boy, and
my bad.
the manager's just like, "What do you mean?" It's like, Charlene, and that sounds like a girl's name. He's like, yeah, so
Yeah. So other than interviewing, she does make sure that we're all up to date with what's happening in the episode. Like, it starts with her just being like, and since my dad won't pay for it, I decided to earn my own money. Just reiterating what we literally just heard.
Yeah, just in case you missed the cold open and you
getting a beer,
you went right in for the theme song and you forgot what happened between them and there. Yeah.
But the manager is just not buying it. He thinks that Al, the maitre d', is like, who also works part-time as a kook or a cuck. I don't know how to spell kook, Tim. So you may notice in the notes I wrote cuck each time.
K-O-O-K.
That seems racist. I don't know.
Kook. Well, there's only 2 Ks.
I was like, cuck or cook. Those are the 2 ways I can go with this. Cook makes sense, but he's a maitre d', which I don't know what that is. I think it's a guy from Beastie Boys or something.
He's just he thinks it's a prank, and it's like, isn't that a girl's name? It's like, why would a girl apply to be a bus boy?
Yeah, and he's just like, no, come on. Are you seriously suggesting to me that a female can load stacks of dirty dishes into a sink? You tell Al he's a kook, and I love him.
Yeah, so she leaves, and then we get like the same setup, but this time it's for a bag boy at a grocery store. And again, this is like, what is this, a joke? Get out of here.
Some kind of riddle. But
yeah. and we get the paper boy, with the bits, with the newspapers and
Nintendo
stuff.
Game Boy game.
And Charlene she's just downtrodden. She's walking through the forest, and
dejected, despondent, crestfallen.
You hear all these like distant voices, just like
errand boy,
paper boy,
delivery boy,
bat boy,
cowboy, mama's boy,
mama's boy, ball boy,
and then of course cocktail waitress boy. Which, like, okay, I'll apply. Sounds kind of hot. But we get back to the TV gags because that's all they really have pulling the show along for the most part nowadays. Yep.
And we got exploding cop, but he's trying to get his life back together. And they killed his second wife, his foster parents, his adopted son, and his therapist.
But he was okay until his market ran out of peanut butter.
You're out of crunchy. This time you've got too far.
Exploding Cop 2. Clean up in aisle 4. But okay, Baby, here's the thing. I went to UDF a couple days ago. It's like a imagine a gas station, but in Ohio. So I went to UDF. I don't know what that is. That's a skateboarder. But I went to the gas station to get peanut butter, and I couldn't find it. Then I found the barcode that listed it, and that it was just out. And I was just like, this time you've gone too far, because I'd already seen this episode. I needed creamy because I already had crunchy at home, but I was trying to make peanut butter cookies.
And so Baby sees this, of course, and wants to replicate the violence, which after this bit, it's dropped. Like, Baby, they don't mention the violence anymore on television.
Yeah. Is it like Baby found out that they were just using him for a wraparound gag? So he's like, no, put me in scene 2 also, or scene 3.
That was his only demand. Yeah.
I want to be a part of the episode.
He's like, hey, I want to explode. And Monica's there, who we thought was gone fore's and Monica's like, I don't think you're gonna explode. He's like, nope, yes I am. And then he shits himself.
Yeah, he just shits his diaper. And then he's like, clean up an aisle diaper. Actually, no, he says need a diaper, aisle 4, but I think clean up an aisle diaper is a better line.
An aisle diaper, yeah.
It
reminds me of a story that my ex used to work at a grocery store, and she was there one night, kind of late because she used to work nights, and this old man just took a shit and just kept walking down the aisle with the shit just falling on the floor.
Oh man, that has to be the second worst thing to clean up there. The other thing being when people spill sugar, because the carts go through it and drag it everywhere, and it's a fucking nightmare. I was a janitor at a grocery store. It's terror.
Well, anyway.
No, wait, no. I want to talk about people shitting in the grocery store because somebody did it in the employee bathroom on the floor. That's an employee. Like, and then another time, somebody like it was like as though they sat on the toilet and went no and hovered to the right of it just 2 inches and took a shit. Like it was like they almost decided to shit in the toilet, then something came over them.
There's got to be something wrong with those people, right? Like,
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with anybody. There's no blueprint other than Jay-Z's phenomenal album.
Yeah, it's good.
Where Kanye and Eminem got their start. Eminem is the only feature on that album. That tells you how prestigious it was.
Exactly. And it's not even the best song on the album.
It's not even a good song on the album. The best songs were the ones that Kanye produced, which is we don't I've made a vow to not talk about Kanye on the show, so we'll keep going.
And Charlene comes into the room. She can't get a job. And Fran's like, oh, come on, you can find a job.
Yeah, and Fran's imagination.
Nah.
Fucking burn, bitch.
And Fran's like, what are you talking about, Monica? Is like, what, you haven't ever heard of the Old Boys Network?
So this takes something that's metaphorical, but real at the same time, but makes it a very it's literally makes it into a TV show. It's a bunch of old guys who all went to the same school and belong to the same clubs, Harvard Lampoon. And they get together and they smoke cigars and they do everything they can to keep females from getting ahead.
Yeah.
Or from getting head.
I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro has this show on his network. Like this is an actual show on his network where a bunch of fucking dorks like him sit around
together and they talk about his sister's jugs.
Yeah. That's wonderful, beautiful jugs. And yeah. So we get a few Dinosaurs, and it's like, oh, we're back. I'm John Thomas III. My guests tonight are all captains of industry, and between us, we own them just about everything.
As it should be.
There was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro. The topic tonight: females. What's with them? You can't get their pussies wet, and they don't like the song WAP.
What do you think, Dave Rubin? Well, I haven't the foggiest.
What do you think, Pete Davidson? I mean, Jordan Peterson.
You give them a perfectly good kitchen and 6 kids, and they're still complaining. Harpies, one and all.
And I'm from Long Island, and I smoke weed. Sorry, that was Pete Davidson.
He's from Staten Island.
I don't know the difference, and I never will.
There is a difference.
Why'd they both call islands then? Call one a bay.
Are.
Well, I understand. Islands. Okay, build a bridge.
No.
If there's bridges, they're not islands, in my opinion. I'm changing the law.
Okay. And they think they're gonna join the workforce, and the one
pink bulldozers with drapes.
Yeah, Dave Rubin, he's terrified.
Yeah,
and Jordan Peterson,
Milo Yiannopoulos piss,
but he can't do it without crying. He's just always crying.
Yeah, what is with that?
Cheers. They all cheer. And
they all cheers. They watch Becker.
Earl is just like, yep, that's right.
He's like, they explored both sides of that issue.
And then Charlene comes in because does she see that he's watching it?
Yeah, she catches him watching the OBN, and he tries to deny it, but it doesn't work because she caught him manhanded. So he relies on his resting on his laurels of patronizing her with the whole, look, Charlene, it's a male's world. I don't like it any more than you do. Okay, but you're not going to change it. Yeah, obviously this is fucking okay. So I'm going to tell you something that you might not know, but this is kind of realistic. The thing that's happening here, this is kind of still a problem. Yeah, it's wild, but
this is fiction.
No, I know that. I know they're dinosaurs and we're people, but it's similar. It's like a satire almost.
Yeah, well, and to mock Charlene even more, he's like, well, why don't you just write a letter to the chief elder? Yeah, he gives a shit, he's with all the shit he's busy with. He's gonna care about some girls' squabbles. Yep. And then it cuts right to a special announcement from the elder chief. It says that he's incompetent and they need to start listening to people. Imagine that. And but instead he just rolls a little tumbler and pulls out a random letter, and it's from it's from Charlene.
I'm glad he still uses Tumblr. I quit when they got rid of porn.
Yeah.
Am I right? Anyway, so Charlene's letter.
Yahoo bought it.
Yahoo doesn't exist. But luckily for her, her letter was chosen from the raffle, and now they're going to make it equal employment for females as long as there's like a government job or a government contract involved.
Yep. And so we cut to the next day at We Say So, and Earl and Sid and Roy are all in Richard's
office.
Is
that a t-shirt you're designing? Like the ones with the ampersand and
but it says "We Say So" at the bottom,
and we say so.
And he's congratulating Earl. He's like, "Hey, someone got a promotion." They're like, "Hey, way to go, Earl!"
yeah. So they don't understand his sarcasm at all, and he threatens to turn Roy into a suitcase, but Roy's just flattered because he's also dreamed of traveling with Richfield.
Yeah, and unfortunately, though, because We Say So has a 3-year government contract, they are required to have at least one female employee on staff.
I'm just saying. You said unfortunately. That was Tim reading. That was your own like assessment of the situation.
Well, actually,
the government thinks they can tell us what to do. They think they can make us listen to John Lennon's Imagine, but they can't.
I simply stopped paying for Spotify.
If your house floods, sell your house to people who love flooded houses. Come on, people.
Everybody needs somewhere to live.
And I don't care.
But instead of actually hiring any female employees, Richfield just makes everyone dress in drag.
Which I think he's just doing this because he wants to do it himself, and he's trying to see, like, you know, if they do it, then he can't be made fun of for it.
Yeah, we'll get there. And
foreshadowing.
So we get Earl and Sid, and Earl's complaining because he looks like a 2-bit floozy.
Don't flatter yourself, Sinclair.
And what was the other thing? Oh, it was Roy was just like, I should have went with the
pantyhose that had the breathing crotch,
which Turtlepuss, of course, is like, well, I got an extra pair in the trunk if you need.
You know, since this is a Flintstones world, the breathing crotch is probably literally like some small animal that's breathing.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't want the breathing crotch.
But then the government stooge comes in, and he's just like, well, you know, it's lovely to meet you ladies, but, you know, we've been tricked before because, believe it or not, people lie to the government.
Yeah. Richfield's like, what do you mean? I'm up to my butt in females.
He's got a thing up his butt. Is that what?
I just say next time you get a chance at work, if you're ever surrounded by females, which you probably won't be because there's not a lot of them in the workforce still. No. I mean, like, depending on the industry, there's still, I would say it's like a stone ceiling or something like that. I'm not sure what to describe it as, but it's a problem.
It's like every woman, like everybody in the office is a woman that I work with.
Like Jim, Dwight, Stanley, all women.
Yeah. Toby, the best character.
It is. Toby's the best character, huh? Even the time that he like rubs Pam's leg uncomfortably. Okay, Tim, I see where you're coming from again.
He's the best character.
He is the best character, but he's the head writer. That's cheating. Like, if you're the head writer, yeah, you're going to be the best character too.
Well, yeah, you wrote yourself to be.
That's like how Kevin Smith was trying to write himself to be Randall from Clerks, but then he realized he doesn't know how to act, so he had to be the silent guy. Which I wish he would try to do that in real life. Boom.
Yeah.
But either way, the guy from the auditor from King of the Hill's first episode or whatever, basically some liberal Nancy boy from corporate, he decides he's going to have to interrogate all these individuals separately to make sure they're actually women. He's going to ask them some gender-based questions.
Yeah, he's going to take them into the examination room and lift up their skirts, and it's really weird.
He's going to be like, if I'm a fire sign and you're a water sign, should we throw a party together?
But yeah, and then he gets Erletta. he's got Arletta down, and he's like, so if you're lost and you're driving around, do you stop and ask for directions or just keep going? And Arletta's just like, well, of course I stop into the gas station and ask for some directions, only because my wife kept nagging me.
And he's like, I mean, my husband.
Yeah.
But no,
I think
found out pretty quick.
I think Issa had the best point here while watching this casually while she was just kind of watching. She's like, well, what if Richfield hired a bunch of lesbians?
What if?
Yeah.
They didn't have lesbians yet. It was 1993.
That's true.
When did the L Word come out?
Like 10 years later.
When did Chasing Amy come out?
Like maybe 3 years later.
1997. You're right, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I would say no lesbians yet. When did Ellen come out of the closet?
Well, ask Tim Doyle. He was there.
That's true. It came out in 1997. That's when lesbians were invented.
And then we get Turtle Puss, and it's just like, how do you handle stress and anger? And he's just like, well, I bottle it up all inside, and then I explode, lashing out at his loved one.
You want to know how I handle anger?
Get a tattoo.
A fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to what?
Hate breeds.
Suffrage. Women's suffrage.
Oh, no.
I got questions that they should have asked instead. They should have been like, hey, Roy, it's 6 a.m. You're in bed with your husband. You don't know. Neither of you have left bed yet today. And you want to know what the temperature is going to be like today. What do you do? And the answer would be ask your husband what the weather's like, even though he's in bed next to you. Boom. Sexism. I did it.
Yeah. But instead, Roy says that if his pantyhose start to rip, he just uses
start to run.
He can use clear nail polish.
Now, Tim, let's find out your gender. What does it mean for pantyhose to run?
I don't know. I mean, they are legs, right?
So they hop off your body and start running?
Yeah.
I think you were closer with rip when you said rip, because a run is a hole that forms and keeps unraveling, like the song by the Weezer.
Oh, the Weezer.
Yeah, the Weezer.
Classic incel band, Weezer.
Pop rock goes the Weezer. Isn't that where they get their name?
Exactly.
Thank you.
But Roy...
I have more sexist comments if you want
to. Roy, it's okay for you to say them.
Yeah, because I have no sex. I don't have sex.
Roy knows all this, though, because he reads glamour magazines, because he looks at the babes in lingerie.
Yeah, he almost gets away with it until he mentions the babes in lingerie, which, by the way, he's just saying so that they don't think he's gay.
Right. Which
you don't look at like a magazine like that and then read the articles.
And then so afterwards we're back in the trailer, and the stooge
in a world. Oh, not that kind of trailer. Go on.
The auditor is like, you know what? All these women are dudes, except for maybe the guy in the polka dots back there.
Roy. I thought you said the otter, not auditor, and I was trying to figure out when that otter got in the episode.
He could be an otter.
I was like, that's adorable.
How that works for lizards.
Turtle Puss looks the most like an otter, just out of the options.
And then right when he's doing it, Charlene walks in. He's like, hey, Daddy, I brought that sports bra you were asking about.
Was he borrowing his own daughter's bra? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know, but she brings the sports bar.
She brings him a sports bar.
He would love that. Richfield on his feet is just like, oh wait, there she is now, our wanted female employee,
a supervisor, don't you know?
Yep. And everyone's like, what? That's my daughter.
Everyone says that's my daughter. And then that Maury Povich shows up and they have to do paternity tests for the rest of the episode.
Yep. And And then they're on the site, and Earl's just like, I'm 20 years stuck in the same job, and now my daughter becomes my boss in 20 seconds.
My favorite movie, Boss in 20 Seconds. What do you make of that? And Roy, like he does always when asked a rhetorical question, gives a very blunt answer. It's like your life is a series of meaningless events leading up to a moment of utter fertility and disappointment.
Just checking.
Yeah. That's just like when they're in the fucking tar pit. They're about to, he's like, well, our bodies will start to collapse and, compress in on itself, and then we'll die a painful, miserable death.
And then he goes on another day. He's like, it's funny, Charlene is your boss, so you have to listen to her. But you're her father, so she has to listen to you.
And then who's flying this plane?
In a way, that makes you your own boss. Or Charlene, her own daughter.
Or me, my own grandpa. Hey, Roy, I think you're onto something. Oh, pal, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, pal.
No.
Don't you see? So this is Charlene's just a little girl. She has to take guidance from her father. Now, if the guidance I pass along just happens to benefit us, who's to say?
Yeah. So now Earl figures out a way to just take advantage of Charlene.
I don't like the phrasing at all of that.
I know. It's Monica's fault. She's the one who says it.
Everything is Monica's fault. But Charlene attempts to establish herself as the authority figure. Like, she tries to do her job to the labor friend. She announces that she's going to be tough but fair. And Earl's like, oh, but it's 1 p.m. and it's Tuesday. Take off Tuesday.
Take off Tuesday is when you take your shirt off.
Yeah. Throw around your head like Petey Pablo.
Yep. Just like that. And
Rest in peace.
So Earl and Turtlepuss and Roy and Sexual Harris, who should not be on the job with a teenage girl.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't even at work till he found out she was there.
Yeah. And they're all like, yeah, we're going to go. And it's like, yeah. And Charlene's like, oh, I guess I'll see you all tomorrow. And he's like, no, but tomorrow is Waterside Wednesday.
Yeah, they like Bill and Ted. They're into water slides. But she realizes she has a lot to learn. And, Earl's like, don't worry, baby doll. We'll guide you along the right way.
Yeah, so cut to Friday. And Charlene is doing the guy's laundry on Fluff and Fold Friday, which is probably a porn or something.
Yeah, and, everything's a porn if you think about it.
And especially Dessert Tray Tuesday. On
Tuesday's apparently badass day. They get desserts and they get to leave at 1.
Yeah, she's making cupcakes, and she can't believe, like, she tells Monica, it's like, you have no idea the complexities of a large multinational corporation.
Yeah, but Monica is just like, I can't believe that you're a fucking idiot and you're being fooled by these idiots.
Yeah. Earl comes in, he's like, hey, could you spell out everybody's name in sprinkles?
Which, fuck that. I thought about doing that as a literal act of doing that, and I was like, fuck Earl for once. I'm gonna say it. Earl sucks.
Yeah, and then Earl, of course, notices that Monica's in the room, so he's just like, oh yeah, she's feeding you that propaganda.
That woman-hating feminist propaganda. Man-hating feminist propaganda.
Yeah.
Male-hating, my bad. They don't have men or women. Just girls, boys, and males and females.
They're not people.
They're not people.
And,
women, or what do you mean, Tim?
The dinosaurs.
Okay, good point.
They're not people.
Then why do they talk in Jurassic Park? Remember the one that's like, hey, Newman, and he spits on him.
Yeah, I would do the same. And Earl's just like, Charlene, you're just a token female. Like, you're just my little daughter.
Dollar a daughter. Charlene's like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna girl boss it tomorrow. I'm gonna be the best supervisor. Fuck any man. Fuck all men. Like, fuck Rain Man. Fuck any man. And she's like, definitely fucking hate that guy.
Yeah. And then so Charlene comes in. She's got a box of donuts, and she's like, hey, for every tree that you guys knock down, you get a donut.
Yeah, you fucking idiots.
So that's what they get paid in. They don't make actual money.
Hey, donut prices nowadays might be more than $3.50 an hour.
But Earl's like, no, you idiots, it's a trick, and he refuses to work.
Akbar style.
Somehow he keeps his job. He doesn't do anything all day. He just stares at a donut.
Business as usual. But yeah, no, this isn't working for him, but it's working for the company as far as you can tell, because their numbers are skyrocketing. The amount of trees they've knocked down is through the roof. Like even his horns, like Richfield's horns, through the roof. And so is the number of donuts consumed, and we don't get the backlash over that though. It just shows us that number for fun.
Yeah, I figured this episode would lead to the final episode, because by the time they all push down that one tree, it's like the big forest that they all worked in is just barren. They knocked down all the trees.
It's barren Trump, very tall. But the next episode we get back and they're just at work again, so it's whatever.
Yeah, but then Richfield calls in Sinclair, and he's like, "Oh no, Miss Sinclair," and
I was expecting Earl Levitt to come in. Or Pearl.
And Richfield's pissed because they've been going too fast. And
it's a government job. You can't. If they tell you 3 years, you make it 4 at minimum.
Yeah, maybe 8. And but Charlene's just like, no, efficiency. It's so much better. And Richfield's like, you know what? You say it again, and I'll pull out your intestines and use them as a jumping rope.
Which, like, at least he treats women the same as he treats men.
he's an equal. Exactly. And she yells it again. He gets all upset, and
he fires her.
Yep, she's fired. So she's like, "Fuck it." She walks out. She comes home, and Fran and Earl in the kitchen. He's like, "Hey, Fran, can you wash up for dinner?"
No. Fran tells Earl to wash up for dinner, and Earl's just like, "This is insanity. Females tell me what to do at work and at home."
Why am I washing my hands?
But Fran suggests that if Earl's still upset with Charlene, that they should sit down and reason out their problems. He's like, "Oh, sure, put me at a disadvantage." He thinks they should settle it. He's like every guy commenting on YouTube, where he's just like, "Oh, they want equality, then I should be allowed to punch him in the face."
Like, yeah, which it looks like he's about to do, but then as soon as she gets home, he's like, "All right, Charlene, right now, paper, rock, scissors."
Paper, rock, scissors. Yeah, that's how it goes, Tim. The famous game of paper, rock, scissors.
They didn't want it. Doesn't matter what order it's in.
I mean, okay, fair enough, but I think it does. Do you want society? Okay, society is built along some basic structural foundation of like things that we all agree as reality. Otherwise, like anybody's insane conjecture could be reality. It is rock, comma, paper, comma, scissors. Or as my t-shirt that I'm selling says, rock and paper and scissors. No, paper, rock, scissors, 2023. Let's do it.
It's different. And Charlene,
you die if you lose.
We're gonna go on Shark Tank.
Ooh,
And Charlene comes in and she's like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Nothing fucking matters. None of this matters.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not.
What? I can edit Wikipedia. I can edit Google Docs.
Yeah, that's right. And Charlene's like, it's all right, Dad. We're not gonna work together anymore. And
he thinks that means he got fired.
Yep. He's like, no, I did. And
so he goes from begging for his job back and saying she's right about everything to being like, "Ha, you got fired, you dumb bitch. Yeah. I'm your dad and I laugh at you. Ha ha." What a jerk.
But then he's just like, you know what? You were right. You're the best supervisor I've ever had. And
he only admits to that because like Fran points out, like, you know, you've been fired before, Earl. And he's like, yeah, maybe once. And he's like, or twice. And she keeps giving him that look. And he's like, 7 times. And Charlene's surprised somehow, even though she worked with him and saw he doesn't work.
Yeah. But then, because he feels bad, he offers to pay for the summer camp. But she's like, it don't matter because I got my severance check. And Earl's like, what? What's that?
So, yeah, whenever he's lost his job, he's got nothing. But yeah, he wants to know how much $500 worth of donuts is in brownies. That's the important thing to him.
Yeah, weed ones.
Oh yeah, well, because he's not straight edge anymore. He broke edge with you, and
yeah, you should put him on the list.
Oh man, I'm on an IP address that I'm not banned from Wikipedia on yet, but I've Typically, I'm banned from Wikipedia everywhere I live.
Yeah. So we make the stupid brownie joke, and then Fran's like, "Hey, I wonder what Richfield's doing now that he fired Charlene." And we get Richfield in full drag. And he breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, he sees the camera watching him, and he's like, "Say anything, and I'll rip your spine out through your ear."
Yes, yeah, Max Bemis.
I was like, what song are you referencing? I was trying to think of anything that said like, "I'll rip your spine out through your ear." I was trying to enunciate in my head, and I was like, "Oh, say anything." I get it.
Yeah. and then looking straight at the camera, he says, "I'm Tim and I'm a dummy. Ben is sexy and hot."
See, I knew you'd read anything on the teleprompter.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Oh man, we should be Anchorman instead of a podcast. People would laugh at us.
Anchorman.
Except I keep finding out, whenever I bring up Anchorman to anyone, I find out that a lot of people don't like Anchorman. I was like, I thought it was the funniest movie.
It's a great movie. The second one, not so much. But...
The second one is like a great YouTube clip. See it roll. I don't know. Like it's like a lot of funny stuff happens, but it shouldn't be a movie.
It's like that movie with Steve Zahn where he laughs as the shark, which is like the only good scene, and that's in the trailer.
Yep, I'm gonna have to Google Steve Zahn.
I always bring that up all the time because I remember how funny the trailer was, and then the movie was awful.
He laughs as a shark.
He's like a nature doc. He's like filming a nature documentary, and
Strange Wilderness.
Yeah, he's doing the voiceover, and then a shark comes up, and he's just like, like it's the funniest thing.
I mean, it's basically like the book on YouTube where the guy's reading the book of sharks, and they're all like, "Hey," or whatever, and they're all like, saying gay stuff. I'm a shark. Look at me. Like that gay stuff.
Yeah, you should find that trailer. It's funny.
I should find that trailer. Okay, I'll play the audio over the podcast as we exit the show.
No,
later.
We'll get in trouble.
I think you're allowed to play it in context.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Spotify's turned me down before, though.
We're reviewing it. That's fine.
It's a Happy Madison production.
Yep.
It stars Jonah Hill.
I didn't even know he was in it. It's so bad. It's such a bad movie.
Also, it stars Alan Covert. You know who that is?
No.
That's the lead in Grandma's Boy, the guy whose name nobody knows.
Oh.
It doesn't make you feel any smarter for knowing this. Because I don't know, man. Like, who the fuck is Peter Dante? Who the fuck's that? That's another one of those guys that just happen to hang out with Adam Sandler all the time.
Yeah.
I think my new career goal is to become friends with Adam Sandler so I can have a career.
You should.
And you'll never see me again because you don't go see his movies. I'm going to be in Pixels 4, buddy.
That's right.
But speaking of Pixels 4,
yeah.
How do you feel about this episode?
I thought it was a good episode.
It was a good episode. It feels like I don't know. It's one of those things where it's hard to differentiate Stockholm Syndrome from things that aren't Stockholm Syndrome. Like, would I think it was a good episode if I wasn't, contractually obligated to finish this season?
Which we are.
Steve Zahn made us sign his butt.
Steve Zahn and Steve Zahn is our manager at the Elon Musk content house.
Yeah.
So
we're working with him on the next film, which is Don't Mess with the Steve Zahn.
Yeah. This is about him. He's not an actor. He's playing himself.
Yeah, it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a dramatized documentary. It's the sequel to Grey Gardens.
Oh, okay.
Is that what that movie's called I'm talking about? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. The one with Bill Hader.
No, that's a documentary now.
It's one of the best episodes. Bill Hader. Every time I bring him up, my friend's like, "Are you talking about the guy who looks like a praying mantis?" And I'm like, "No." Then I look at him, I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I am. Sorry, Bill."
A praying mantis.
Yeah, and then if you look at him, I understand. I always just think of him as like a nice looking guy.
Yeah.
Or I think of him as James Quall. Bill Hader is James Quall. Spaghetti and
Well,
meatballs.
if there's one thing that Bill Hader isn't in, it's in the next episode that we're doing.
You can't say that for a fact. I could edit him into it on Wikipedia.
Oh, we get variations on a theme park. That's our next episode.
What is that a reference to?
It sounds like a song.
It sounds like a song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably
I think,
Say Anything song, honestly.
no, it's actually a book that came out in 1992.
That's pretty recent.
It's America's cities are being rapidly transformed by a sinister homogeneous design, a new kind of urbanism. Manipulative, dispersed, and hostile to traditional public space is emerging both at the heart and at the straight edge of town and mega malls, corporate enclaves, gentrified zones, and pseudo-historic marketplaces. What?
Right.
What? I'm not smart. I don't know what this means. It says something about Silicon Valley, Epcot Center, South Street Seaport, downtown LA. And these are disturbing implications for American life. I need a smart person to explain this to me.
There aren't any.
But I want smart people to talk to me for once. That's
Nope.
why I did a podcast with you, Tim. I thought we'd get smart people and they talk to us.
There are no smart people.
Okay, well, Tim thinks that nobody smart listens to this, but I think they do. So if you're smart and you listen to this, go ahead and email us at sinclaritypodcast@gmail.com.
We aren't smart. The people who listen to this are probably smart.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, to me, it's like Roy says in that one episode that if he doesn't get it, it's probably the good stuff.
That's right.
So if you don't get our show, it's probably good.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you get back into your CM Punk. You tell them off. Well, I'm CM Punk Shapiro.
No.
We've blended together. We felt it was useless to be separate from now on. You're not. I hate the song Imagine and alcohol. That's the
worst things. Two of the worst things in the world.
I'm gonna stone cold stunner you. That's what I would do.
I don't know if CM Punk's actually ever done the Stone Cold Stunner.
Are they allowed legally? Are they allowed to? Are wrestlers allowed to do each other's moves? Like,
yeah.
Can John Cena walk up and be like, "Do you smell what John Cena is cooking?"
I'm pretty sure he did that when he was feuding with The Rock like
that's
10 years
rude.
ago.
Rude. I want to do the sheeple's elbow.
Oh, that's Ben Shapiro's favorite move.
Yeah, sheeple's elbow, more like. The Rock, as he'll want you to call him The Rock. His name, by the way, Dwayne, not The Rock. I've looked it up legally. Dwayne,
not The Rock. That is not his legal name. His chosen name.
Some of us don't hide from our names. We just hide from the religion we were born into.
Facts don't care.
Facts don't care about. Foxes don't care either. Foxes don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care. Shrek don't care. Knack don't care. Knack don't care about your feelings. What?
You know what I do care about, Ben?
Do you care about Jeremy Hunter?
I do. The new Jer album just came out, and it's really great.
It sounds like some good shit. I listened to it. I listened to unrelated. I was gonna say they did our theme song, and so we love them, and we love them anyway. And they were involved with the new Bruce Lee band, weren't they?
Yeah.
That's hot. That one was hot stuff.
And the albums came out on like the same day.
Yeah, I guess that was they just didn't feel like spacing them out any.
Yeah. Also, Jer is about to start their own tour. They're going on tour, so that's pretty cool.
Who plays in Jer? Is Woody part of it?
Yeah, Woody actually yesterday.
Friend of the podcast.
Woody yesterday had to go and pick up a van and drive the van from Tampa to Detroit.
That should be a movie. They should make that a movie.
By himself. He got this van and he drove the van to Detroit to start the tour.
The movie's gonna be called Bon Voyage.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Anyway, thanks. Jer.
So go see Jer if they're coming to your town.
See them if they aren't. Drive. Just borrow a van.
Tell Woody you loved his episode.
And that you loved his work in the Pixar film. Finding Nemo.
Don't say that.
And thanks to Amy Shenanigans for the beautiful portraits of Tim and I, the King and I, short King Tim, who's tall, that he used in the logo. And you can find them on Instagram at Amy Shenanigans. Also, you can find Jared at Scouting Network. That's another thing Jared does. We forgot to mention the thing that they're most known for. But I always thought the thing they're most known for is playing in Gutless with me once. Yeah, but actually maybe once, maybe twice. I don't know. Zach George, a name that's not heard often enough, a man who needs several introductions.
He's on the list of people who haven't broken edge.
He's on the list of people who haven't broken edge or broken out of the low life. I'm trying to say broken out into stardom yet. He's going to be the last Quentin Tarantino. He's going to
be the father of someone famous.
Yeah, he's going to give birth to Martin Scorsese.
He has 3 kids. One of them is bound to be.
I mean, they named one of them Birdie, so like, come on, it's a famous name. The other one's named Oliver. That's pretty much Oscar, which is the award that you get if you slap Chris Rock.
That's my cat.
Yeah, and then there's like, what was the other kid's name? Let's fully dox this family. We're fully doxing the family of the Georges.
Yeah,
but thanks. Check out Zach's podcast. It's called. Let me check my notes. Keith Stone from the commercials for Keystone Lights. Keystone Copycats, a podcast that comes up at least once a week when somebody mentions to me any movie about looping. I like have a coworker now who will randomly bring up like, have you ever seen like, and he literally has listed every single movie covered in season 1 of the podcast as separately because he's, I guess, had a weird obsession with the same thing at some point. So he'll like, you've seen Million Little Pieces of Maps or whatever the fuck, or have you seen Palm Springs, or have you seen this one Code movie? I don't remember the names of any of these, but they're all in the season 1 of that podcast. And season 1 of that podcast, just like the rest of it, is great.
That's right. So
it's the only way you'll get to hang out with Chris. I haven't seen him in years. But yeah, check out Keystone Copycats with Zach and Chris, or Chris and Zach, whichever you want to do. And you can also check out Waterson, Zach's band, on Bandcamp and everywhere else. They have some songs that they just haven't released yet that are like really, really good. And Zach will occasionally like bring me into his lair to listen to them, but has yet to ask me to guest star on them, singing, or I could podcast host on his song.
Yeah, people love that.
Yeah,
they love podcast hosting on songs.
Podcasting is what I was trying to do. Get really good at this and just fucking coast. Yeah, surf. Right. Just hang 10 on the office table.
One day we'll make money.
One day we'll make money, and that day will be, Tuesday.
Not today.
Take off Tuesday.
Take off Tuesday. Take it off Tuesday.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess this was Memorial Day that we recorded. I don't know what that means. All I know is I was mad that I was off work on the same day that all the businesses I want to go to were closed. So like, what's the fucking point?
Target was open.
Target? Why would I go to Target? Do I like white shit? Just white aesthetic? BJ's
was open.
The restaurant?
I think the restaurant and the store.
They have BJ's down there?
Yeah.
I thought that was like a local getaway.
No.
Just a local dive.
Sometimes. Well, the next town over, it's just HJ's.
Yeah. BJ's, HJ's, TJ's. What other kind of jobs are there? FJ's.
Tree pusher.
Oh, TPJ's.
Yep.
Yeah, DPJ's.
Yeah.
The PJ's, the cartoon about the projects.
Zach, you should just end the episode while Ben lists.
You should have ended it 10 minutes ago.
All right.
Here's a trailer for Strange Wilderness with Steve Zahn. Thank you for joining us.
I hope Goodbye, everybody.
I mean, enjoy your extinction. All right, trailer.